Hello children, we have to start this new lesson, Animal Birds and Dr. Dolittle. I am going to read this lesson loudly here so that you will be able to understand and you can practice it at home. Right, so let's start. Let us do these activities before we read. Do you have a pet or a domestic animal? If yes, why? If not, why not? How do people usually spend time with a pet or domestic animal? Share your thoughts with your classmates and the teacher. Second, you must have read stories where animals and birds talk. If you had a chance to communicate with an animal or a bird, who would you like to speak to and why? Share your thoughts with your classmates and the teacher. Third one. If we closely observe the body language of animals and birds, we can understand what they want to tell us. Work in pairs and study the pictures given below. Find out what emotions these animals and birds are trying to convey. Share your observations with your classmates and the teacher. You can see the picture of the animals and you can understand the emotions. We will discuss this in class. Okay, go to the next page. Let's start the story from here. Dr. Dolittle was sitting in his kitchen talking with the cat's food man who had come to see him with a stomach ache. Why don't you give up being a people's doctor and be an animal doctor? Asked the cat's food man. The parrot Polynesia was sitting in the window looking out at the rain and singing a sailor song to herself. She stopped singing and started to listen. You see, doctor, the cat's food man went on. You know all about animals, much more than what these vets here do. That book you wrote about cats, why, it's wonderful. I can't read or write myself. My wife, Theodosia, is a scholar and she read your book to me. You might have been a cat yourself. You know the way they think. When the cat's food man had gone, the parrot flew off the window on to the doctor's table and said, That man's got sense. That's what you ought to do. Be an animal doctor. Give the silly people up if they haven't brains enough to see you are the best doctor in the world. Take care of animals instead. They will soon find it out. Be an animal doctor. Oh, there are plenty of animal doctors, said John Dolittle, putting the flower pots outside on the windowsill to get the rain. Yes, there are plenty, said Polynesia, but none of them are any good at all. Now listen, doctor, And I will tell you something. Did you know that animal can talk? I knew that parrots can talk, said the doctor. Oh, we parrot can talk in two languages, people's language and birds' language, said Polynesia proudly. If I say Polly, if I say Polly and and sorry, if I say Polly wants a cracker, you understand me? But hear this: ka ka, oi, fee fee. Good gracious, cried the doctor. What does that mean? That means, is the porridge hot yet? In the bird language. My, you don't say so, said the doctor. You never talked that way to me before. What would have been the good? Said Polynesia, dusting some cracker crumbs off her left wing. You wouldn't have understood me if I had. Tell me some more, said the doctor, all excited, and he rushed over to the drawer and came back with a book and a pencil. Now, don't go too fast, and I will write it down. This is interesting, very interesting, something quite new. Give me the birds ABC first. Slowly now. So that was the way the doctor came to know that animals had a language of their own and could talk to one another. And all that afternoon, while it was raining, Polynesia sat on the kitchen table, giving him words to put down in the book. At tea time, when the dog Jip came in, the parrot said to the doctor, "See, he is talking to you. Looks to me as though he were scratching his ear," said the doctor. But animals don't always speak with their mouths, said the parrot in a high voice, raising her eyebrows. They talk with their ears, with their feet, with their tails, with everything. Sometimes they don't want to make a go to the next page. They don't want to make a noise. Do you see now the way he is twitching up one side of his nose? What's that mean? Asked the doctor. That means, can't you see that it has stopped raining? Polynesia answered. He is asking you a question. Dogs nearly always use their noses for asking questions. After a while, with the parrot's help, the doctor got to learn the language of the animals so well that he could talk to them himself and understand everything they said. Then he gave up being a people's doctor altogether. So till here you can read loudly at home, and after this I will again send another video. Till then you can practice. Thank you.